All right. So it is February 15th, Holy Mother of Everything Holy. How are we halfway through February already? It seems like it was just December, then January, now middle of February. We are a week and a half into our self-love challenge. First of all, I absolutely love our self-love challenge. I love this month so much. I will say, I feel like, and you guys tell me if I'm crazy, I feel like the engagement or like it's gone down a little bit. Like, I don't know if that's just me seeing that or not. I know that a lot of times in groups, the first week, super exciting, everybody's on top of it. So maybe I'm just crazy and wanting to keep that energy really high. But so as a team and as coaches and as us making sure we're going in there and we are not only posting our own stuff, but then going in and encouraging everybody to keep that energy high, because the success of our business is built on the backs of the success in our challenge groups. For anybody, whether you're in a group challenge group with multiple coaches or you decide to run one on your own at some point, the success of our business is based on the success in our challenge groups and helping people feel connected, as well as getting physical and emotional, results, I will say. So just want to say that up front. A week and a half left of that. And then what I really wanted to chat with you about tonight is the ideas that we have moving forward for March and for April, even into April, because we do know the gist of what we're going to be doing. And at the beginning of the year, we kind of decided that as a collective, that we were going to be running these paid, if you will. January was not a paid group because we did a big collaborative, that health bet, which was amazing. And then from then on, we were going to have these paid, so to speak, challenges where we were doing group collaborative events. And there was going to be some kind of a requirement of our customers and our people to be in these collaborative specific challenges. So this February, our self-love challenge was our first time doing this on Facebook collaborative group, where people had to buy a product on Home Direct to be able to be in our group or have a product. They didn't, if they already had something on HD, they've been a customer for a long time, they just got in the group. If it was a brand new customer, they had to, most of them were purchasing a total solution pack to get into the group, which in effect had them on something on HD. We're doing this because for a few reasons, and Laura, you can jump in if I'm leaving anything out, but we do run a business, right? I think for a long time, we ultimately want to help everybody, right? We want to help every single person change their life in some way, shape, or form. But as a human being, we only have so much time and energy, and most of you guys work another job besides just being a coach. And so at some point we have to set boundaries and reserve our energy for people that are investing in their health and in our total solution and really wanting to see a physical and lifestyle change. And so for these collaborative groups, there is going to be a requirement. That requirement might change from month to month. But that does not mean that you can't go and run your own group, whether it's a free group, whether it's just a community that you put everybody in, whether it's a bod group, whether it's a week-long challenge. You get to have control, if you will, over what you want to do with your business, because you are the CEO of your own business. It's just when we join these collaborative groups, like these monthly challenges, there might be a requirement that everybody needs to meet. So hopefully that makes sense. Like, there's a difference between, like, I know Laura has a successful free group that she's running on the side. So when you go and invite anybody to a challenge group and they say, no, not right now, or I don't have the money, or what other BS excuse they have for themselves to not invest in themselves right now, you go, that's great, totally get it. When you're ready, you can join this challenge over here. But until then, I have this free group. And let me tell you, free groups don't get nearly the amount of energy in you that a paid challenge does. And it shouldn't. So it's not something that you should be in every day and all this stuff. But it's just a way to give people a space until they're ready to fully invest in themselves and join you and get the full version of coach you in these paid challenges, so to speak. So for February, obviously we're finishing up the self-love challenge. We are, before we even get into our March challenge, I know Laura shared this, and I want to share my screen. Laura shared our spring clean your gut 3-day refresh that we're going to be doing at the end of February into the beginning of March. So this is a great way not only to end our self-love challenge, but to kickstart our March challenge, which is going to be all focused on nutrition, because March is National Nutrition Month. Okay, so every once in a while, we did this in this fall, and it was very, very successful. We ran this is going to be a 3-day refresh group, completely separate from any of our other challenge groups. And it is just for people that are doing the 3-day refresh. Why I love doing these kind of groups, because a 3-day refresh can be a simple add-on to any total solution pack. When you're talking to your customers, getting new people signed up, you can always throw in a 3-day refresh. They get a discount, whether they're signing up as a coach or a preferred customer with their initial purchase, because when they buy it with the challenge pack, they automatically get a discount. Beachbody is just giving discounts on the 3-day refresh. Okay, so it's something that we like to do before people jump into a nutrition plan. Hey, this is a 3-day cleanse, get your mind right, get you thinking about food. And because it's more restrictive than our meal plans, it's actually a really good jumpstart, because once they do this cleanse and then they feel a little bit better and they're like, man, that may have not been as much food as I thought. Then they look at our nutrition plans and they go, holy crap, this is what it means to eat well and eat healthy. I get to eat all of this stuff, right? And it doesn't seem so torturous or so daunting to be following one of our nutrition plans. So basically, this is a 3-day group. It will be run completely separate. Laura and I will pretty much be running the actual ins and outs of the group. Your job, if you choose to promote this 3-day refresh, is to go and invite people to do it with us. Okay. Like I said, the great thing about this is that if you're talking to people right now about our March group, or you start, once I share what the theme is going to be, you start wanting to invite people to the March challenge, you can add on, throw in, well, we're also going to do this 3-day refresh before we kick it off. So you want me to throw in that pack, you're going to get it at a discount, and you'll have it ready for you to do this 3-day refresh and go right into the March challenge. Okay. This Google Doc literally has everything you need. And with every single challenge that we host, there will be a Google Doc just like this. It will tell you who the challenges are for, what they are, where they're going to be run, which is Facebook. We're doing all of our challenges on Facebook right now. When it's running, when customers have to purchase by in order to get in the group or get their, like for the 3-day refresh, they obviously have to have their 3-day refresh in their hands before day 1. Otherwise, they can't do it at the same time that everybody else is doing it. Okay. Why we're doing this program and how. So every time we do a challenge or a promotion, you will see one of these Google Docs with all of the information that you need to get started. Now, we obviously cannot give you every in and out of if somebody asks a question or comes back with a response that we didn't prepare for. That is what our SC thread is for, or just reaching out to your upline. We are always there to help you navigate conversations and things like that as you're taking action and inviting people to these challenges. But this is going to be your starter guide. Okay. And let me be clear. Again, if you didn't hear me at the beginning, you do not have to promote everything that we offer. There's a lot of times it can be like, holy crap, there's so much happening. I don't know what to do. And that is, I never want you to freeze. I never want you to think there's too much, it's overwhelming, and I'm going to freeze because I don't know what to do. If you feel that way, reach out to your upline and we can talk you through what's going to be the most beneficial for you and maybe even the people that you're talking to right now. You don't have to do it all, ever. Okay. So maybe you're going, I'm just getting through the February challenge. I want to invite to the March challenge, I might not do this right now. I might see how this is run, see how it goes, maybe test out the waters and see if I can throw a 3-day refresh on with somebody's packs. Great. That's beautiful. And then the next time we'll do it, you'll feel more confident to go in there and invite hard to a 3-day cleanse. Maybe you've never done the cleanse before, the 3-day refresh. So maybe you are going to be a participant in this group, do the cleanse so that you can talk about it and then invite people the next time. But you also don't have to have done the cleanse in order to invite people to do it with you, because people like to be in misery together. It's not that miserable.
I just want to add real quick, to me, the invite, like it's on there. The invite for this one, I always just am trying to get someone to do it like with me. Like it's one of my most simple invites. Like, hey, I'm doing a 3-day cleanse. I'm looking for an accountability partner. Is that something you'd like more info on or whatever? Like, yeah, sometimes our invites are longer. I don't know why. Maybe it's because it's a 3-day thing. So I feel like short works, but I really do like having people do it with me for the accountability. And so it's from a very sincere place. So I don't know. I just want to encourage you. That simple invite there actually is surprisingly effective sometimes. So,
especially with your current customers or people that you've been communicating with, right? Because it's not, you don't have to go in this whole thing about what you do and why you do it and It's like, hey, I'm doing this 3-day cleanse. You want to do it with me? You know, and maybe they've never done it before. So
the only other thing I was going to say is that this, if you get a new person doing it with you, you can set them up then to be a part of the March group. Like you can say, oh, great, let's get you a pack so that you can not only get entry into the 3-day group, but you'll get entry into the full March group.
Right.
And you can really use that leverage. You leverage that to your advantage. Say, well, if you get, you know, I personally, with a new person, don't even talk about getting the 3-day refresh itself. But if for some reason they push back about that, you could say, well, the thing is, if you get this pack, you'll get a whole month worth of extra coaching. You know what I mean? So you can work on this with your upline coach more if you need some help with that verbiage. But a lot of this stuff that we're doing is always about how you're able to communicate it. And there's a lot of power in having the understanding of how your words hold so much power with the people you're talking to.
Yep. I'm going to check the chat box. Okay. Okay, just see if there's any questions. So basically, there's a Google form. So every challenge that we have now as well, we will always have a registration form, a Google form registration, so that we know who is, wait, is this, no, that's not the Google form. That's to actually sign up, right? Sorry, not the registration.
There is a Google form for that. I don't think there's a registration for this.
Sorry, a Google form. A Google form for the entire team to use to send to your prospects or the people that are signing up to get their order so you can create their cart. And I had this question the other day, so I want to make sure that, again, with every challenge we run, we'll have a Google form that you can use to send your customers to fill out. And we will also have the spreadsheet where you will have access to go check at any time to see when your people have filled out the Google form so you can create their cart. So you don't have to wait for anybody to share that with you. We will share it up front. So if you bookmark this post in our team page or in your Google Docs, you'll know exactly where to go to check your orders.
And the only thing I was going to say about the form, unless Kelly wants to walk us through it, is you got to understand it's formulated in a way that based on what they answer, it will take them to some different places. Like a brand new customer is seeing different options than someone who already has BOD. Right. And so it's really customizing the package. This form is customizing it to their needs. If you're not familiar with that form, but if you're a person who needs to know what the customers are seeing, just go in and say your name is test. And then we'll all just know it was a test one. And if you never hit submit, we'll never see it. Anyways, but I know I test them out by writing test. And like there, Kelly was testing it out.
I didn't write test, but I didn't submit it.
But yeah. And so you can go in, like I would encourage you to kind of be familiar with this form if you're using it, so that you kind of see what happens when people choose different things. And basically there's 3 paths: new customer, or you have Beachbody on Demand with job 1, or else you have Beachbody on Demand and no job 1. It will take them different places depending on that.
Awesome. Okay. So that's the spring clean your gut, because that one's the next challenge that's coming up the quickest, if you will. The deadline cutoff, unless people want to do what the heck is it called? Faster shipping. What's that called? Expedited ship, whatever. Is the 20th. So that's like this weekend, to make sure that they have it in their hands by February 28th to be able to do it with us. If it got here late, they can still be in the group. They can still do it like the 29th through the 3rd or whatever. A lot of people ended up doing that last time they were traveling, but they wanted to be in the group to get all of the information, because we have posts every day. We're talking about how to be successful on the cleanse. We're talking about, it's just having that community, and then tips and tricks for people that are doing the cleanse. And then when they actually have the time to do it, they're ready to go. Lori, do you have your hand up on purpose, or is that your computer acting up again? Okay, her computer has ghosts. This happened on our call the other day. She kept doing thumbs up at me, and it was really weird, and then it would go away. So it's ghosts. Okay, so now moving on to March. I'm so excited about this. So Laura and Kisa and I spent some time on Saturday really thinking out our ideas for our March challenge. And because it's National Nutrition Month, and because we usually go with the themes from Pixel and Hue, which is the company that I purchase all of our monthly content from, that we use it, which is fantastic. They're doing something, a lot related to nutrition, as well as like a majestic March. We are going to add our own spin on it, and we are going to have a Top Chef challenge. So what that means is, and we don't have a Google Doc for it yet, because we're still working on that. So we just wanted to share so you guys can start brainstorming, thinking about it, getting excited about it, even start talking about it. I've started to talk about the March challenge in my stories. I've said enrollment is open, because again, I'm just going to sign anybody that wants to be up with a total solution pack. I'm sharing that it's National Nutrition Month. We are going to have a Top Chef themed challenge where we will be crowning somebody Top Chef by the end of the month, and just kind of talking up the fun. So that when I go to invite to it, people aren't like, what the hell is she talking about? Okay. Because it's already the middle of February. Like, our challenge is not that far off. So basically, I'm just going to tell you, so you're going to be like, but we don't have a Google. I got to look at the dates, since we don't have it all Google Doc'd up yet. So prep week for our March challenge is going to be the last week, which is essentially February 28th through March 6th. So the very first week of March is going to be our prep week, where we're getting everybody into the group, doing everything we did in our self-love challenge, kind of sharing with them how the group is going to be run, what the challenges are going to be, and the actual challenge is going to start on March 7th. Okay. The challenge will be 3 weeks again. We're doing a 3-week challenge. Each week, we will have a different Top Chef-ish challenge that each participant gets to participate in. There are no requirements like in the iCanuary group, but they're going to be really fun challenges. Laura or Kisa, I can't remember. The first week was going to be what? Do you remember?
I have it here. Hold on. I was just on it.
Oh, was I not muted? I thought I was muted. I think we were doing go ahead. I'm looking at my notes.
Oh, you're good. It was a recipe upgrade. So one week we were going to give a recipe that's not healthy and allow them to to upgrade it and try to cook it that week in a healthier way. We also were going to provide a healthy version of it for our cooking adverse people who upgrading your recipe sounds very challenging. And so we're going to provide one from Fixate or To Be Mindset as an idea. But basically it's taking something that's probably like home cooking-ish and sinful and making it better.
Like Paula Deen versus healthy.
Yeah. And then our second week was going to be some sort of mystery ingredient. So we were going to come up with a mystery ingredient that they have to use that week somewhere in their meal plan.
So we would give them the ingredient and then they have to build a meal around it or whatever. And then that's the challenge, right?
Yeah. And then the third one was, I believe we landed on like, essentially share a favorite recipe, like make one of your favorite healthy recipes and share the recipe with the group.
And essentially the winners would be chosen not by us as admins or coaches, but by the entire group. So it would be something that's collective by our group. And there'll be a winner each week and then an ultimate Top Chef winner. I love it, Amy. I don't cook either, so don't worry. And then there'll be a top.
She'll just have Quinn do it for her and then she'll win.
That's ridiculous. No, I would actually do it. Don't, that's rude. And then we'll have an ultimate Top Chef winner at the end of the month. What I will say is that the things that will stay the same, because we obviously know what we started with in the iCanuary Health Bet is working. We will still have a daily tracker, essentially, of the habits. The daily habits will be very similar to the movement, to the water. It'll be a little bit more nutrition focused. I think we had checking off that they're doing meal plans or meal prepping. Again, these are not required. It's just one of those tracker things to help people stay on track and keep doing those daily habits consistently that they've used in the previous month. So those things will still be very similar. There'll be a morning post, inspirational post. There'll be an evening check-in post, just like we do. But the added fun is trying to make nutrition fun, trying to make, cooking fun. I hate to cook, Amy. Like I hate it. Like I hate it. But if I'm in a competition, you damn well sure I'm gonna be doing something. So just making it fun and trying to help people see that even changing maybe what was grandma's most sinful recipe, which you don't have to do all the time, but hey, I could have this all the time if maybe I substituted a few things and then every once in a while had the full out version, right? And just making it more doable for people, focusing on meal prep with Kisa and Lisa's, meal prep that they do already, really honing in on that. And really talking about, also bringing in some of the supplements that we have in our arsenal that help fill those gaps of nutrition. A lot of people are I don't want to, I want to eat my food, not drink my food or blah, blah, blah. And that's all fine and well. And I agree 100%. But the sad reality is that when we say we're going to eat all our food, we don't. And so on the days that we don't eat all of the nutrients that we need, we have ways to get that in our system so that we're not depriving our system of the things that it needs. One of the things that I'm going to be sharing in my stories and also is our power greens. One of the things that most people do not get every day is all of their veggies and their greens. So that's an excellent way to get greens in, as it's a nasty shot, but it gets better with time. And somebody actually told me to mix it with hydrate. So I'm going to try that. I mean, I know you don't like hydrate, Amy, but maybe with the power greens you will. So just trying to be fun with it and really focus on why we need to pay attention to our nutrition, why it's so important to eat nutrient dense food, not just crap, or why going, my husband, I'm gonna put him on blast. He goes and buys the morning. He's like, I bought the plant-based Morningstar, whatever, blah, 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 try the sausages or something. I said, did you check the ingredients to see what's actually in those? He's like, I don't know, my sister eats them. And I thought and I was like, and so it's like, just because it's low calorie or low carb, or, if it's processed, just all those things that we usually don't think about, right? Just becoming more mindful and trying to replace some things. So That is our March challenge information. We will get a Google Doc out to you soon, so that you have the full details, and can start sharing, like, and feeling really confident about sharing. But I did want to let you know that we do have a theme. We are ready to go. Pretty excited about it. I think it'll be super fun. And are there any questions about that before I share the April?
Real quick, I don't know, did you cover that again, this is one where we are requiring people to be on a subscription supplement to join? Did you say that?
Well, we said it when you were not on the call at the very beginning, with all these challenges that we're gonna be running together, that they
Okay,
were
well,
going to have
I
a
was
requirement.
racing home from work in Wyoming weather on the interstate. So I just didn't know if you did that. And then I don't know if we talked about it or not. I don't think we did, but I think we're gonna do the same thing where coaches who have people in contribute cash towards the prize.
Yeah. So that's another thing. And I didn't talk about that, Kisa. Thank you for reminding. So basically with these
You're
group
welcome.
challenges, when so in February, we had people that if you are inviting and you are wanting to participate and invite challengers to this group, does not mean you have to take on an admin role, meaning posting, scheduling posts, or going live. You can offer to help with the March group to do that. If you want to be somebody who's scheduling posts, going live certain days, or having responsibilities like doing the raffles, things like that, please let us know, so you can have some ownership of the actual that group admin stuff. But if you are inviting people to these groups, we do ask for $5-10. It's nothing crazy. We all contribute towards the cash or each month's challenge, so that we can buy prizes. So that's not just on the admin, the admins, to take care of all the prizes every month. So any other questions, or any questions about the March group? Okay. Well, I don't want to, anyway, it's fine. So
Kelly,
yeah.
I just want to say one thing in case we didn't make it clear. We will have a heavy focus on ultimate portion fix and to be mindset.
Oh, yes.
And so, like, I know that people use all kinds of things. That's really going to be what's driving the ship in March. And so really the more you're talking about that stuff, that would be amazing too. So making those connections for people, the more we do it, the more it's modeled.
Yeah, that is, yeah. So one of the things with their daily promises or tracker, they're going to identify which nutrition plan of our 2 that they are going to be following for the month, like really, and not 100%, not trying to be perfect, but which guide. Like I did portion fix since portion fix came out, and just finally moved over to guiding principles of 2B mindset recently. So I've shifted, and I really like the 2B mindset. So I'm going to even dive deeper into 2B mindset through this month. And so it might be a chance for people that just been kind of dabbling or not really doing anything. Hey, what if I went and actually followed the actual meal plan for a month, huh, Amy? Like followed it and stuck to it, and not even 100%, look what happens, right? I remember she said, wow, it's weird when you follow these plans, it works. And I'm like, I know, it's crazy. So I'm just calling her out right now, but I love it because she called herself out. I didn't even do it. She called herself out and told me about it. So now I'm doing it in public. So anything else on the March challenge before we get out? I'm sure you'll maybe have more questions once that Google form is out and everything is, in black and white, not just us talking at you. Okay.
I do have one last thing. We designed this so that if you are inviting to the 3-day refresh, I know this is how, hey, it's late here, guys. It's 8:35. Like literally the day you stop inviting to the refresh, which is the 20th, on the 21st is when you should start inviting to March. And you can already right now be inviting to March if you're not doing the 3-day refresh, but there should not be some lull for you of like, I don't know what to be inviting to. Like, this is all by design so that you can constantly know what you're inviting to.
Right. Right.
You guys, I think this has been amazing because the momentum from January into this, and it just keeps going. It's very exciting.
And that's kind of the point. And we're trying to get better at being more proactive and having these ideas further in advance so that we can see the trajectory of where we're going and
That's
give
awesome.
you guys some, you know, to you always have something to invite to. And again, the thing that I want to reiterate over and over is if at any time you go, I don't really feel what they're doing, or you have every opportunity to go and do, even to say, you could say, hey, Michelle, I kind of had this other idea. Do you want to run a group like with anybody on our team or anybody that's not even on our team, and do your own thing? Meredith and Merritt could be like, hey, let's go do our own little thing for all these people up here up north. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, we just want everybody to always have something where they can put their people and help their people get results, right? Coach their people, support their people, maybe before they're ready to fully go out on their own. Okay. So that is why we do these challenges, but that does not mean you can't go and do other things, okay, on your own. If I would have always waited for my uplines to do stuff, I'd still be sitting waiting. So, and obviously we're doing stuff, but it doesn't mean it's always going to jive with everything you want to do or ideas that you have. So going into April, I'm not sure how, I think a lot of you know about the 4-week gut protocol that's coming out mid-March. So it is coming out March 15th. I know we have a lot of excitement in our February challenge about that, which is so cool. Because it comes out mid-March, and because a lot of us on this team are going to be in the Dominican Republic like 10 days later, we are not going to start the 4-week gut protocol until we get back. And that will there will be a specific group in April for the 4-week gut protocol. So there will be, that will be, again, the dates doesn't really necessarily, it's the first, we always start our challenge groups the first Monday of every month. It's a 4-week group. So it's like April
4th, it's my birthday.
That's right. Kinley, your dad's on his way. April 4th through the end of April till April 30th. Okay. That is a program that we're still learning about. We don't have, the training's supposed to be happening, I think, on Thursday so we can learn more about the 4-week gut protocol and all of that. We will have a hype group because technically it's a brand new program. It's a nutrition program. It's not something to be sustained long-term. It's literally to heal your gut and figure out what's going on in your gut. There will be a hype group at the end or leading up to the launch of 4-week gut protocol. And then we will do our challenge in April. Okay. We will do that specific challenge for the gut protocol. Now, Laura, we're still trying to decide if there's going to be a second group because Laura is not going to be doing the gut protocol. And again, you do not have to do the gut protocol in April. You don't have to do the gut protocol ever if you don't want to. I will be doing it in April. I will be one of the admins running the 4-week gut protocol for sure. And Laura will not be because it's spring break. She's going to be traveling. It's not a good time for her to do it, which could be for you as well. So we haven't quite decided if Laura's going to run a separate challenge, monthly challenge for people that are not doing the 4-week gut protocol. If that's a month that our only paid challenge will be that 4-week gut protocol. And if you're not in that, that's when you're supporting people in your bod groups or one-on-one, or if you've created a free group, that can be determined by you. And you can also talk to your upline about it. Shut up, Lori. Nobody cares that you're on spring break all the time. So fucked up. So rude. My God. Just kidding. So again, just giving you a little bit, I'm going to be making cinnamon roll cloud bread. Want to give you a little heads up of what's to come. Okay. So you have it in your head. You can decide now. Maybe you didn't even know about the gut protocol. What is this thing? Do I want to do this in April? Again, you don't have to do everything that we do, and you don't have to do everything that Beachbody does or puts out right when they put it out. Okay. Any questions about March or April? There's a lot of information. There's no graphics. I'm a visual learner, so just talking at me, it's going to make me crazy. I just wanted you to know that we have ideas on our horizon. We've got you covered for a lot of this stuff. If you want to have a more significant role in any of the challenges coming up, please reach out to us. We are not here to control everything. I'm working on it. You need to have ownership of the stuff that you're bringing. Shut up, Lori. God, it's like I say shut. She's not even like. Anyway, I know what she's not even saying any words, and I know she's making fun of me. But we want you to feel ownership, especially when you are bringing in your own people. But we also don't want you to feel overwhelmed, like you have to do it all, because we all work together. There's a lot of control freaks in this group, but in different ways, Amy. So that's why do you think I started my own team and all my own stuff? Because I'm like, not doing what they're doing. Anyway, I want to help. I learn. Yes. And it's a great way to learn, is getting your hands dirty, getting in there, even if you feel like you aren't ready, you don't know enough, you're not, like, whatever. You got to get in there and get dirty. Any questions, concerns? And it can be, right now we can open it up to anything. It can be anything, questions about anything. Well,
The only thing I was going to say is I'm pretty much positive I'll want to run an April group, and I will want support. So I don't want to host a team group on my own, and I don't want to host my own group in general. So if you are interested in helping in April, I am sure that's a great opportunity.
Yeah, so maybe one of the things tonight you can decide is or not tonight, but in the next few days, is decide, do you think you'll want to do the gut protocol? Because it is very specific. Like, obviously our other challenges have been, you can do any workout program. We're having a different focus. We're like, this month is self-love, which everybody needs more self-love. Next month is going to be nutrition. Everybody can spend more time focusing on nutrition. But the April challenge, the one that we just talked about, is very specific to the 4-week gut protocol. And so if you don't want to do it, you're like, I don't want to buy another program, I don't want to do it, like, that's not where I'm at right now. Absolutely 100% fine. And then maybe you want to help Laura and take on a role and doing another challenge with her.
I have one quick question because I missed it. When is the April challenge starting? What date?
April
My
4th.
birthday.
4?
My birthday.
We're gonna
Let's
hear
just
that for the
remember.
next 2 months. It starts on her birthday. We don't even know the
Okay.
date. Just know that it starts on Keesa's birthday.
Okay, thank you.
But Keesa's not starting on that day because she has to have cake on her birthday. I said, can't
I'll
you
start April 5th. I might start April 4th. I might celebrate on the 3rd. I haven't quite decided. But
She's only 41. It's not like she's like 21 or something. She has got to go crazy. It's like those days have sailed, woman. Okay.
not the damn cake.
We know she can't drink alcohol anyway. She's not allowed. She always injures herself. Okay. So if there's no questions, nothing, I'm going to go before my husband, my daughter's dad gets here. I was just going to do the picture. I was doing that. I was making sure there was no questions. Jeez. God, she's so bossy. Lori and her sign.
One thing I will note that this nutrition thing on, oh shit, you're taking a picture and I'm talking. You just gave me the look my husband looks when, go ahead.
No,
When
keep
he's
going.
like, shut up so you can take the damn picture.
No, go.
I was just gonna say the March group is going to lead, the nutrition is going to lead very well into the April group. I was
Absolutely.
just
The 4-week gut
gonna
protocol.
say that
Absolutely.
they tie in very well together.
Yeah, put those up there so we can say Joel and Amal were on our team call tonight because we're so cool. Our team is so awesome. 1, 2, 3, boomerang. I love it. Okay. Okay, ladies. Have a wonderful night. We'll see you next week. Oh my gosh, it's like the end of February next week. What the heck?
It is.
Well, almost. Okay, never mind. Shut up. It's almost. It's like the last week of February. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.